Number 11, Grant Robertson.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister responsible for Ministerial Services. Does he stand by his statements in relation to the purchase of 34 BMWs by Ministerial Services, including one with heated seats, that, yeah, I don't know what's in Dunedin and it's beyond me, it's not my car anyway?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no. And the reason for that is that's not my statement. I have a copy of the transcript and it says that's what I said. I don't know why it's in Dunedin.
Grant Robertson.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Order. I've called Grant Robertson. Order.
How are things in the
order? Order. When I call a member to ask a supplementary question, the microphone is open and there will not be that kind of interjection, but then the House should be more orderly. Grant Robertson.
Supplementary question. As Minister for Ministerial Services, is he responsible for the 2010-11 budget of Ministerial Services, as Jerry Brownlee told the House in February?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes.
Grant Robertson.
Supplementary question. Is it correct that the decision to replace the VIP transport fleet was put to him as Minister for Ministerial Services 4 times through March and April 2009 as part of the Statement of Intent process, and that as Minister responsible he signed off on those documents on each occasion?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
No, it's not correct.
Grant Robertson.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Grant Robertson.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. I seek leave to table an Internal Affairs briefing note of 18 February 2011 that lists the 4 occasions on which the Minister signed off the Statement of Intent.
Leavers, order. Now order. Now look, I say that it's very much the Labour front bench on this occasion. Points of order will be heard in silence, and I will not predict when I'll evict the first person for abusing that. But I won't tolerate it further. Leavers sought to table that document. Is there any objection? Did I see objection? No, there is no objection. Grant Robertson, supplementary question.
Can he see why, given that he is the Minister responsible for the VIP transport fleet, he was told about the fleet replacement and signed it off 4 times, that perhaps people might expect just a little bit more responsibility than his channeling of Bart Simpson with his "I didn't do it, no one saw me do it, it's not my car anyway" routine?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, the Statement of Intent doesn't say what he says. It says that they may replace the fleet. There was no proposal that was given to me. And in relation to the add-on extras that have been in the paper yesterday, none of those were brought to my attention. They were made by Ministerial Services with no reference to me or any minister.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Is he responsible for the processes in Ministerial Services?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes, it depends. Depends on the circumstances. I wasn't responsible for this particular instance because it was not brought to my attention. There was no reason for it to be so.
Grant Robertson.
Can he assure the House that there will now be no further additional expense to the taxpayer as a result of the decision of the Minister of Finance, communicated to the media, to refuse to use the Dunedin-based BMW, given that his other option is his self-drive ministerial car, likely residing along with its owner in Karori, Wellington?
The Right Honourable Prime
Mr Speaker, the decision to buy a heated seat for the car was made by Ministerial Services without reference to me. At the point at which that was brought to my attention in answering a parliamentary question, my office rang Ministerial Services, asked them if it was possible to remove that extra because it wasn't wanted by the government. The answer that was given was the cars had been ordered under the Labour contract, I might add, and were on the water.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Grant Robertson. Order. Order. Now look, a member's going deaf or something because the point of order was called very clearly and members know they must cease interjecting. The problem is there's so many members doing it, interjecting, that I'll have half the House out if I were to evict the offending members. But I would ask members to respect the standing orders of the House. Grant Robertson, point of order.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. My question asked the Minister whether he could assure the House that there wouldn't be any additional expense as a result of the Minister of Finance's decision not to use...
Order. I think the member's question was so coloured that he was kind of lucky he got the detailed answer that he did. If members want to get straight answers. They've got to ask pretty straight questions, and the members heard a very good example of that today, where one of his colleagues asked a set of very straight questions and got some pretty straight answers. But if members want to dress their questions up with cleverness, they'll get clever answers. And don't seek my help as Speaker then if they don't get the answer they might be looking for. Question number 12, Shane Arden.